So, the 6th gym, but our 7th gym badge. What the? It's like really reflective, but it looks kind of weird. Hey there, champ to be. Gym leader here uses steel type Pokemon. Steel type Pokemon have high defense, so you'll have to hit them hard. Oh yeah, I'll switch to Malos is our best option here. I don't have a TM to teach Kalexos like a fire type move or anything like that yet. Guess we could just spam Earthquake and things. Are you gonna have a fighting type Pokemon? Or what's going on here? What's happening over here? Steel represents unbending spirit. If you never give up, the path to victory reveals itself. No, my ears. Black belt to Ricky. Ricky, you actually need to have a very high IQ to understand the comedy of Rick and okay, anyway, take care, Reggie, but I appreciate you stopping by hanging out. Anyway, some other stuff that I wanted to talk about this stream. Did the 8th gym statue say that you beat Volkner? I didn't read the statue. I did talk with the advisor, and we rolled a nat 20 on deception, and because he counted my gym badges, and he was like, 1, 2, whoa, you've got 7 gym badges. That means this is your last gym. And Volkner said something similar, where he was like, oh, that's your final gym badge. You can go challenge the Pokemon League now. When I actually can't. Well, I can, but I need to actually be able to pull off the Surf on Land glitch, which I don't think I'm good enough to do. That or it's a day 1 patch thing. I don't know. It's one of the two. It's one of the two, because I tried for like 2 hours to get the Surf on Land glitch, and I couldn't do it. Interestingly enough. Hello, Hawks. How are you doing today? But yeah, when it comes to Pokemon Mission 100, Adventure Squad's really funny because Explorers is an emotionally heavy game, and Adventure Squad's main storyline is finding the mythical chocolate. Wait, is it really? I have not looked into the Pokemon Mission 100 Adventure Squad stuff in like 3,000 years. There was a time like I very briefly looked into it out of curiosity. I was like, okay, this isn't anything to, you know, be like super interested in, I guess. Oh my goodness, you look like the kind of thing that you would see on like YouTube Kids or like a some freemium mobile game that's like geared towards kids. Is what this guy looks like with his chibi sprite, honestly. If you talk to the statue, it says who beat the gym leader, and it's usually the rival named first. Hey, Gary the snail. Should I go to Sunny Shore before we challenge Byron here, just to see if it? I'll go to the Pokemon Center at some point here to heal my Pokemon before Byron anyway, just because like Earthquake only has so many uses anyway. So, when I go to the Pokemon Center, we can go to Sunny Shore's Pokemon Center and we'll have a look see at what it says. If we beat the 8th gym and his Pokemon are still level 20s, then he's a hacker. We can go have a look-see. We can go see what that is. We'll go heal in the Sunny Shore Pokemon Center and go have a look-see. Is what we'll do to get our Earthquake uses back. You really want to see? That move is devastating. Yeah, it really was, huh? Onyx isn't actually a steel type, but it evolves into one. Good, tried. Oh my good gracious! Wow, I kind of knew it was gonna happen, but at the same time, oh my goodness, it's so fast. Tried to get sleep, but it was unsuccessful. That was me last night. And Ace has the knowledge and experience of battling at high levels. Demonstrate what it means to a noob like you. Excuse me, I actually have my 8th gym badge. I'm just like cleaning up my leftover scraps over here. And you fall under that category of leftover scraps, so I'd get off my high mighty high horse over here. Thank you very much. But yeah, you have to go to the mythical chocolate zone to receive the super chocolate. And then the main village fights over the chocolate and they stop fighting and the storyline is over. Should we play those games on the channel one day? It might happen. Like, I could see it potentially happening. Maybe. But we'll see what comes of it, I suppose. This Gary must have gotten tired of SpongeBob like a big blah. Yeah, he came in, became a trainer, and adopted like a really weird look and whatnot. Yeah, maybe I'll do it at some point. It can't be a super long game. Like, there's no way. It's probably something super short anyway, most likely. Anyway, there was one more big thing that I wanted to talk about this stream, and that's I have actually continued to read more through that Diamond and Pearl Adventures manga. And the main story, I've actually finished it now. There's a couple left. It looks like it does go up to 8. There's a couple left. I wonder if I should save talking about stuff like this for when we're actually doing like the Mount Coronet stuff, which might well be later this stream. Like maybe not during the gym here, but at some point during this stream, I would like to talk a little bit about that. And it's kind of what inspired me to... Look at him! I think this is my least favorite chibi sprite in the whole game, is the construction worker. He's so bad. But anyway, I'm through the main story, and I feel like it's been like the big thing that has inspired me to make a section on story in the essay on this game, is talking about like, yeah, the story isn't all that crazy. It's just the story of the original. But who says that like the story necessarily has to be bad? Why do main series Pokemon games, apart from Black and White, just always have to have like a subpar story without exploring like any more depth? Because you can take like the premise of each of these games and like really explore some more fascinating things with it. And you know, something like this is like the one opportunity they had to give that kind of treatment to Generation 4, and they didn't. And that's you know, what that section will be on there. That's kind of where, like, that's where some of my criticisms came for Pokemon Mystery Dungeon Rescue Team DX as well. Where it's like, you know, Pokemon Mystery Dungeon Rescue Team was like, the story's good, but it has a lot of problems. In my opinion, like, Pokemon Mystery Dungeon Explorers of Sky is my favorite game of all time. Pokemon Mystery Dungeon Blue and Red Rescue Team are like a freaking tech demo compared to Explorers, essentially. I was about to say Explorers of Sky, but all the Explorers games, I guess. In terms of a lot of different things, mostly the story, because everything that was wrong with the story of Blue Rescue Team was fixed in freaking, you know, Explorers was the thing. Maybe this is something that I'll talk about a little bit. It's just that kind of story regard, and I'll talk more about what was in the, you know, manga specifically later on into this stream. My day was pretty alrighty, Hogs. I did like mostly recording and editing today. I've been recording episodes of our Minecraft shenanigans and doing some editing here and there. And university wrapping up is a little bit crazy and whatnot, and it's most certainly something. I mean, the overall lore of Auras was pretty badass. Even the main storyline is mostly the same. Yeah, Auras was like a really good example of, you know, still having like the same premise and main story and whatnot, but introducing like a new super fascinating lore and like its own, you know, new crazy stuff, like it's freaking multiverse stuff that it introduced, or like the new story content with the Delta episode, for example. Stuff like that was really cool to see. What was I talking about before? Oh yeah, the Mystery Dungeon stuff. So like in Pokemon Mystery Dungeon Blue Rescue Team, that was my first Pokemon game I ever played, and then it'll always have a special place in my heart for sure. But it definitely has its flaws. Like for example, I don't find the relationship between the player and the partner in the Rescue Team games believable. Like, it's just like, hey, I just met you. Here, have this spare house that I happen to have. Where do I sleep? Somewhere else, but you don't get to know that. You don't get to know where that actually is. Just know that I sleep somewhere else. You can move into this spare house I have. It's just like, they're best friends now. Take our word for it. Gosh diggity darn it! Whereas Explorers, you know, actually has you go... Well, I guess they both have you go on, you know, the little outing in the first dungeon first and whatnot. But, you know, in the first game, the partner helps you out just because, you know, it's like, hey, well, how about we become best friends and you can have this house? Whereas the partner in Explorers is like, they kind of find their confidence with you because the partner in Explorers is like this very cowardly character who can't even get through like the entry gate into the guild that they want to enroll at. So it's just like, oh, if you don't have anywhere to be anyway, maybe come with me, because they themselves need you. Like, that's the difference between the partner in Explorers and the partner in Rescue Team, is the partner in Explorers needs you. The partner in Rescue Team doesn't have any obligation to like anything about you, as an example. So like, and the partner actually like develops and grows throughout Explorers. And whereas in Rescue Team, it's just like, yeah, I'm just always your best friend and stay the same, pretty much, is what it is. But yeah, I gotta head up now. You can check it when you get the chance, so it doesn't have to be right now. So later when you wake up, you can go back to the stream highlight to see my reaction to it. Oh, to the Sunny Shore Gym stuff. But yeah, hope you take care there, Guzma. This is the thing that, yeah, that's this. So I'll go heal up and stuff. I'll have a good look-see here. But no pun intended, but the partner is way more human in Explorers, as like one of the examples for something that, you know, Explorers very much corrected that was a problem in Rescue Team. Another problem in Rescue Team was things like, you know, the third main character, or the tertiary character of Absol, was just like, oh, I'm just gonna, like, swoop in here and, like, save you this one time, so you would have basically died without me. Here's, like, a third party member for you to have. And it seems like, whoa, this could be, like, a really fascinating character with, like, a really fascinating backstory and story importance, and whoa. And then Absol's literally never even mentioned for, like, the entire rest of the plot. They have one line in Pokemon Square, exclusive to Rescue Team DX, that wasn't even in the original games. And that's it. And then they're just, like, gonzo forever. Like, even after you beat the game, if you brought them along with you, they were just like, what? You and your partner are just like, what happened to our friend? They don't even say Absol. Like, Absol just, like, saves you, and then just ceases to exist is the thing, Bob. Whereas, you know, Explorers introduced Grovyle and the story importance that Grovyle had as, you know, the actual tertiary protagonist that, you know, developed throughout the journey, and is like probably one of the most beloved characters in the Pokemon series, most likely, as Explorers' Grovyle, you know. Sideshore City Pokemon Gym Leader Volcaner, Certified Trainers Harmonia. Oh, okay. He wasn't here. He actually wasn't. Huh. Interesting. Like, at this point in the story, if I was actually doing this as my final gym, would I have actually done it before him and gotten slightly ahead of him? Or is that the statue actually knowing about my sequence break? There's no way that would be the case, right? Interesting. Huh. Interesting there. Yeah, Absol wasn't even a tertiary main character, just shows up as like 5 lines that just exists. He sort of exists. The game pretends he doesn't exist though. But yeah. Feels like Rescue Team was like a pilot to a series, while Explorers is the official episode. Yeah, that is kind of what it feels like. I always like calling it like a tech demo compared to Explorers. But I was kind of salty at Pokemon Mystery Dungeon Rescue Team DX, because it's like, you know, it could have taken oh, come on! Are you kidding me right now? Ugh. But that's one of the ways that Rescue Team DX made me salty, is like, it could have taken the issues of Rescue Team of the original games and turned it into something, you know, as crazy and magical as Explorers in a way. Or at least do like some minor things, like help touch up the partner a little bit, and you know, have Absol just not basically feel like he ceases to exist past that one point. Just like some minor touch-ups. Doesn't even have to be like dramatic changes, but you know, some minor changes that would make like big differences, you know. But they didn't. And that's kind of what I feel like about this, and you know, is something that gosh dang it, I did it again. And it's something that I'll be talking about in my video essay on this game. I wasn't planning on story being like a section that I mentioned in this video essay at all, but after I've gone through like that one manga recently, which I only started going through because of you know, that conversation we were having in the Eterna City gym that wound up leading up to that, it made me be like, whoa, there can be a lot more depth here. And, you know, a remake/remaster is like the one opportunity that they really have to do that. So, you know, it is something to be disappointed about, that, you know, that opportunity wasn't taken, much like was the case with like Rescue Team DX. Like, I like Rescue Team DX, but it could have been so much more considering, you know, the problems of the original Rescue Team and whatnot. What's my thoughts on this remaster? It's... If you think you're gonna like this game, you're gonna like this game. If you're not sure whether you're gonna like this game or think that you won't, then you're not gonna like this game. Like, it's just Pokemon Diamond and Pearl, basically. Missing some things like secret bases and contests, and with some new stuff like walking Pokemon, or you know, post-game legendaries or customization, which, by the way, are all like lesser versions of things of what's already been done previously in the Pokemon series. It's nothing that makes this title stand out, you know, on its own for, you know, something new that it did, or continue to expand on any of these things. No, every single one of them is like lesser versions of, you know, other stuff. So these games are basically always like as good as Diamond and Pearl. It has some new additions that it's a faithful remake, unless it's a bit too hard to be a faithful remake, which is why contests are for all intents and purposes, basically gone. And same with freaking secret bases, because that would have been too much effort to implement properly. Those are just gonzo. So it's a faithful remake, unless it's a little bit too hard to be a faithful remake. And the stuff that's new to it is all stuff that's been seen previously in the series, and is all worse versions of what's been done previously in the series. So, this game sucks, is what, is my thoughts on this game, essentially. Like, it's like, in some ways it's a better version of Diamond and Pearl. In some ways it isn't. In a lot of ways, it's definitely not a better version of Platinum in a lot of ways. And, you know, all the stuff that is new to it over the originals is just worse versions of what's already been done previously in the series. So, again, I feel like it's one of those games where it's like, if you come into it thinking that you're gonna really like it, then you're gonna really like it just because it's Pokemon and because it cashes in on that nostalgia. But it's really not good. You know, essentially. We will be doing the Byron scale here and see what's going on with that, essentially. Dorberg's gym badge. I see. Defeated my son. As a surprise. He still has much to learn. In place of my son Rourke, I, Byron, will accept your challenge. Let's see the scale. We always go for 5. These things are so derpy. Like, in the original games, it was like the super epic versus bar. And there's like the gym leader who looks super determined to like absolutely annihilate you. Whereas in this game, it's just like, insert super generic PNG here that just looks like, yep, I'm a sprite. It doesn't, whereas, you know, from what I played in Platinum at least, they were like super determined, ready to absolutely give you the ass whooping of the century. But in this game, they're just like, yep, I'm here, I'm a sprite, I'm so happy. Yeah, one thing you'll say is that you think Team Meanies is better than Team Skull for the sole reason they love how they handled Gengar as a character. Gengar was handled really cool in Rescue Team for sure. Yeah, I heard about the thing about with the Elite Four having items and whatnot, being a neat thing, Bob. Yeah, let's see here. This is so weird looking. It's so dang weird. Like, in this kind of format compared to the originals. But yep, I'm a sprite. I'm a PNG. Rather than like the super epic bar that's like versus Byron and him looking super determined. Like you're about to have like an incredible battle that'll be like a big milestone on our journey. It's just like, yep, I'm a generic PNG. Movesets and abilities too. That's probably just chalked up to like how much Pokemon itself has like changed since then. Is also a thing. Like a lot of Pokemon abilities and like movesets have changed around since the originals. Is what that could also be part of, and whatnot. But it is interesting that, you know, the Elite Four have you know, some actual dedicated builds and whatnot. So I think that's 2. We always go for 5. It occurred to me that I actually did save like some of those 30-second replays of like some of my failed Surf on Land glitch attempts that nearly worked but didn't. So I'll show those briefly, and then I'll delete them so we can have like our even bars of 5 again, you know. Is what I gotta do, because I want to look through it all at the end. But once we have them all, I want to look through all of them and see what's going on with that, you know. And I want to know if Crasher Wake really is like the only different one out of the gym leaders, because so far it's seeming like that. Crasher Wake being like the only one that's different, which is slightly something. Anyway, earlier this stream I was talking about like the Surf on Land glitch where it's like interact with the water right as, you know, a trainer starts talking to you, and then after the battle you can like surf into them, and then you can use that to like clip out of bounds when you're surfing on land. I never got that, but there were a couple times that like I surfed like successfully onto the water right as a trainer, you know, talked with me, and it like pulled me onto the land while I was surfing, and the battle happened, and by the time the battle was over I was surfing on land. But the moment I moved like any tiny smidge, I would like jump off and onto the land, and it sucked. So, you know, thinking about, you know, my screenshots folder and whatnot, that's something that I'll show in a hot second that I forgot about that I meant to show earlier. But I guess I'll show Guess I'll show in a hot second here. Problem with Team Skull is that they don't really do anything major in the storyline. They could be removed and not a lot changes. Yeah, there was actually like the plot connection with Gengar. There was no real plot connection with Medicham and Ekans, but at least there was like the plot connection with Gengar that like directly relates into the story in a fascinating kind of way. Like, Pokemon Mission Dungeon Rescue Team was a cool game with a lot of stuff going on for it. Like, story-wise and whatnot. I just wish that, like, the, not-so-good stuff had been fixed in Rescue Team DX. So yeah, here's this, I guess. So, let's see here. I guess these were, like, my early attempts, and, oh, this was something else. I got, like, stuck in Malos for some reason. Let's see here. As you can see, I had different strategies then. But I was interacting like right as she faced me. So I was like, okay, I'll try it. And it would like pull me onto the land and this would happen. And then like after the battle was over, it would look something like this. The moment I move, that happens. So I even got that to happen like another time. Like it happened here. This is when I had like a bit of a different and not so good strategy. But I was going back and forth like really fast. Like look at this! How am I not getting the surf on land glitch there? This happens instead. So, you know, me not being able to successfully get like the real version of the surf on land glitch, like it could just be because I'm bad, but I haven't seen anybody get like that weird version. So part of me kind of, you know, might be slightly inclined to believe that maybe it's like a weird thing after the day 1 patch that changes like how the trainer detection works or something like that. Maybe. I don't know. Are you closer to the center than anyone else? Hold on. Your first one is here. Wait, hold on. Because the first one is usually the furthest to the right. Is usually what happens. With a lot of these. It's usually the first one that's furthest to the right. Does Byron have a slightly different range as well? It seems like he's a lot more concentrated to the center. This might even be like a little bit left off center, maybe. It's close. We're getting more tests. We're getting more tests then. So, maybe Byron has a unique range as well. Because he doesn't seem to be getting like as far right as the others. And it's usually the first one that's like the furthest right as well. But maybe his range is just, you know, a lot less and a lot more leftmost and whatnot. Didn't like Team Skull just because they were complete a-holes, so the Team B, these people actually evolved and became better people. Yeah, there's actually like the development there afterwards. Yeah, Explorers definitely isn't a perfect game either, for sure. This is true. There's a theory that Ekans and Rescue Team became Arbok and Explorers. What was Arbok? Just like one of the Pokemon in Pokemon Square or in the guild or something like that? What was... You might have to remind me what Arbok and Explorers was. Is what you might maybe have to do. Yeah, I think his range is like different. It seems to be like a lot less. And like, you know, it seems like a decent bit of the potential range off the right was taken off. Things that you don't mind Team Skull existing exclusively to be a problem, but I wish they had a bigger impact on the story. Yeah, if there ever is an Explorers DX, I would cross my fingers that it would, you know, fix the stuff that I don't like about the story. Biggest thing being Darkrai, but if they didn't change the story at all in Rescue Team DX, I find it doubtful that they would. And would an Explorers, you know, if that ever came to be, I'd still be super hyped for an Explorers DX, but you know, I feel like I'd inevitably be disappointed in a way where it's like, if an Explorers DX ever came out, I feel like I'd probably be like, man, this is so dang good, but it could have been so much better, you know? Have that kind of disappointment. Member of Team AWD, who are the guys that talk about Zero Isle all the time. Oh, I did the post game like once all the way through way back in the day, and then when I started playing Explorers like on annual basis, it was a new playthrough where I just did the main game and I never did like the post game ever again. Was the thing. It was probably my first playthrough I ever did where I did like some of the post game and stuff, and like every playthrough after that was just like the main game, and I do that like once per year. Was a thing. But that, I used to do that before I was a content creator. Nowadays, as a content creator, there's too many other games to, you know, freaking play all the time. But before I was a content creator, I used to play Explorers on an annual basis. If I wasn't a content creator, I'd probably be playing Explorers right now rather than whatever the hell this is. But yeah, also wish you got to fight. Okay, we're 2 away. Let's see here. 2 away, and then we'll have like 10 for our even rows. You got to fight Team Skull. They never get to catch your hands. They never get to. Yeah, I guess that's true. Like you fight Coughing and Zubat like right at the beginning, but past that, it's you never fight Skuntank, do you? Or the whole group. You get to see freaking, you know, the flashes of Wigglytuff throwing hands briefly after the apple thing near Fogbound Lake. But that's all you really see there, I suppose. That's all that really happens on that front. Alright, 2 more. I just need to confirm if his range really is different from the other gym leaders, apart from Wake, who seems to have his own range as well. Which is really, really weird, you know? Yeah, so we'll do 1 more. So the next time that we go in will be like the actual time that we battle him for real. But it's so weird. This glitch, this bug, whatever you want to call it, it's so weird. It's one of those things that just like has no right to exist but does. Like, it's not like it's a glitch or bug that, you know, hampens the gameplay experience and completely ruins everything or anything like that, but it's just so weird because it has no right to exist. It makes you question, like, why was it programmed this way? It doesn't make any sense. Does it get bye-bye Kabutops? So, oh yeah, that happens in Brine Cave. I forgot about that. That happens as well. This is true. Okay, well, 10th time. 10th time's the charm here. Oh yeah, yada yada yada. Yeah, he seems like the most gravitated towards the center of like any of them. So like the first one of any gym leader like is always the one that seems to be the rightmost. Crash or Wake seem to have like a very limited range compared to the others, which is why we've got like 10 cases for him. But everyone else seems to be like, you know, right middle-ish to like somewhere close to center-ish is what it seems to be. And it always seems to be like the first attempt. The first time that you go into battle with them, that's like the furthest to the right. It's every time after that it seems to like vary. But every gym leader seems to be at approximately the same place on the bar on like the very first time that you battle them. But Byron, his he has range as well. Like he's changing his position as well. But he seems like a lot. He doesn't seem quite as far right as the others. He seems more gravitated towards the center, and he seems to be like, you know, in a much smaller range. You know, like it seems like his left maximum might be the same as the other gym leaders, but his right maximum doesn't seem to be like anywhere near as far, for whatever reason. So his range is different. Much like how Crasher Wake's range was much more limited, but like Crasher Wake's was like super duper limited, where it's like if you look close you can see the differences, like if you compare it to the background and whatnot. So it's like every gym leader seems to have like roughly the same range that they can go to, except Byron, whose range is a decent bit more limited, and Crasher Wake, who's like very, very close each time, but still distinctly different if you look at like the squares at the background. Out of context, it sounds like you're just describing his political affiliation. Yeah, freaking, you know, Byron, I'll turn my cameras here for thumbnail reasons briefly, because I always use the opening theme bobs and thumbnails for these. Yeah, freaking gym leader Byron, he's way more leftist than the other gym leaders. He can't really see himself aligning much with the I don't understand that weird camera thing there, that weird single frame where it's different. But he can't really see himself going to the right as much as his fellow gym leaders. He doesn't quite get it. What the hell? Man, how rude. The trick room. Well, oh, that was cool. It's cool looking at least. Because he left his son. Left him back in Orberg. And such. Oh, yeah, sure, use a full restore. Does Elite Four air, and it seems like they aren't affected by it, so it's probably just like a gym leader thing, not an Elite Four thing. I've seen little smidges of the gym leader versus screens, and it seems like it's you know, very different looking than the gym leader ones. I didn't say gym leader twice there, did I? I did say Elite Four compared to gym leader. I hope also that flash. Don't you dare! How dare you? How dare you? When it gets darker for animations like that, it looks almost like the spotlights are turning off, in a way. Sweet! You know, I had like, anybody that watched the Platinum playthrough knows that I had ludicrously bad luck with confusion in Pokemon Platinum. Like, I got confused by I did say Gym Leader twice. I meant to say Elite Four compared to Gym Leader. But in Pokemon Platinum, I got confused by like at least half the water pulses I was hit with, maybe more. And water pulse is like a 30% chance to confuse. And like, I would hit myself in confusion like over and over and over and over again. But in this game, even when I'm getting confused, I am very, very rarely hitting myself in confusion. Like, I'm even gonna take a gamble here. Watch this. Sure, do the sandstorm. Won't even affect Malice anyway. Like, I'll even take the gamble. I don't know what it is, but my confusion luck freaking sucked in Platinum. But it's great in this game. Watch this. Never mind. But it's still, like, really good a lot of the time, is the thing. How dare. Ow. That barely did anything, though. Not a whole lot of stuff there. Okay, yeah. Like, we'll still sometimes hit ourselves in confusion, but oh, come on! But for the most part, our confused luck seems to be really, really good. Whereas in Platinum, my confused luck was like the suckiest thing ever. I was gonna say something with like the way that Byron's model is interacting with the ongoing sandstorm, but I don't know exactly what I was gonna say about that. I can't even words properly anymore. Can't even do so. Gosh, diggity darn you. Okay, that did fully restore you though. I was about to say if that's not enough to fully restore you. Look at this. We've gotten 2 out of 3 here. I was about to say if that wasn't enough to fully restore, and you know, I could have taken you out with Earthquake there. I would have been big sad. But I think the Sturdy would have kicked in again, considering, you know, you were full health again. I don't know if you can activate Sturdy multiple times in the same battle. I don't know how it works. Yeah, words just don't exist. Words just don't exist sometimes, I guess. Or whatnot. Posing Steelix fainted. Yeah, how about you be gone? Thought. Be gone. Be gone with you. Bastiodon. Yeah, you're ace. Do your thing, Bob. What's this? My last one. This, I wanted to read that! I didn't press the button at all! It just auto-advanced! Darn you. Darn you, game. Well, as well just Earthquake. That's what we better do. It seems like it'd be pretty dangerous in a building like so. Come on! Darn you. So rude. So dang rude. Yeah, Sturdy, I know. Ah. Well. Oh, that wasn't a whole lot, was it? That was Citrus Bear. I thought Citrus would restore a little bit more, but... Wow. This game sure is challenging, isn't it? This right here sure is a challenging video game, what can I say? Not done yet. There's no giving up. You're done. Yeah, see ya. Yeah, see ya. You could not give up, but it's not gonna change the result. Imagine being a tank who's quad weak to 2 types. Get wrecked. Bunker face. Wait, he's quad. What's the other weak that he's other type that he's quad weak to? So I guess ground and something else? Because what is Bastiodon? Like steel and rock or something? I started Pokemon too. So it'd be fighting then, right? Be fighting type. Joe Byron has been defeated. And he's back to looking like he belongs in a freemium kids game. You were strong enough to take down my prize team of Pokemon. In recognition of that power, I give you this, the Mind Badge. Ah, oh, my badges are so faded out. I found out recently that, bada bing bada boom, the Mind Badge. I found out recently that you can apparently only shine your gym badges in handheld mode. So, you know, this is a playthrough. We're leaving it in the dock. So our gym badges are just gonna get like duller and duller, much like how I feel playing this. Having a mind badge enables you to use the hidden move strength from your Pokémon anytime. You now have 6 gym badges. Are you sure about that? Would you like to maybe count them? Would you like to maybe have a count and confirm that? Or are you just assuming? Oh my goodness, assuming gym badges in 2021? Are you badge shaming me? You're just assuming my badges in 2021? I can't believe this. I can't believe this. So Pokemon up to level 70 will obey you without question. All Pokemon will already obey me without question. Except Voltron's badge. Here, take these too. They're called, Bakugan. I don't know. Anybody remember that? I was like, what's something silly that comes to mind that seems like really niche? And for whatever reason, that was the first thing that popped into my mind. GM91 contains the move Flash. Cannon. If it hits, it may also lower a target's special defense. Wow, I don't care. See you. Man, that sure is interesting, but I sure don't care. See you later. Got places to be. Alright, well, there's just one gym left. Oh, jeez. That hurts my eyes a little bit, I'm gonna be honest. Harmony, you've beaten the gym leader. Good going. That makes it 6 gym badge. Again, are you badge shaming me in 2021? You're just gonna assume my gym badge count? Ugh, unbelievable. Byron looks like a Bakugan character. He does, doesn't he? Tell you what, you're really turning out into one fine trainer. If you were to say you're going to try and become the Pokemon champ, no one'd laugh at you now. I'm in your corner, kiddo. Wasn't there like some Bakugan game that released on the Switch that was on like one of Nintendo's official presentations where there was only like 2 or 3 games being announced or something like that, and that was one of them, and everyone's comment response was like, Bakugan still exists? What? That was a thing.